Okay, good morning, everybody. Thursday, 29th of June. Cold front is moving across the country at the moment. As you can see from midnight last night, that was just tracking across us. It brought us some outbreaks of rain, nothing particularly significant, but has brought us some moisture as well, which is why we see the low cloud outside. That cold front by lunchtime today is just off the coast of sort of Margate, Manston sort of area, with this high pressure just ridging just a little bit through our area. Before, as you can see, it loses its way forward into tomorrow and the weekend. Though looking through the weekend, there are some reasonable opportunities, but with a fair amount of a breeze. Well, with that cold front going through, the wind direction has just come around a bit more to a northwesterly, which we haven't seen for a little while at Lasham. And yeah, you can see there 310 to 320 at 15 knots. So still relatively breezy, but from the north. Satellite picture over the UK reveals that front continuing to move towards the east, but as you can see, behind it, still some cloud building up, and unfortunately, we're just under the tail end of this cloud. How long is it going to be about? Well, probably at least another hour or so, and after that, starting to brighten up a little bit more. Further away and afield, better out towards the West Country and into Wales, where the sunshine is reaching the ground ever more quickly. Top temperature today of 20 degrees. Despite it being a cold front, it hasn't really impacted the temperatures that much. And you can see here that we probably should get flying not around 11 o'clock or so, with that north to northwesterly breeze. Good visibility outside of the sort of muggy and low stuff this morning. And looking over the next few days, it looks okay, but yeah, fairly breezy. GFS agrees, top temperature of around 21 degrees, and the dew point, you'll be pleased to know, has come down. Dew point's probably sitting just around double figures, 10 degrees. Currently at Lasham, we have a temperature of 14 and a dew point of 12. And you can see that it's cooled off during the night to much more nicer temperatures for sleeping, certainly. That is the picture outside at the moment, and you can see lots of scuddy low cloud, probably sub 1,000 feet, but that will probably clear through, as I say, by 11 o'clock or so. Farnborough are currently reporting scattered at 600, scattered at 1,500, and broken at 4,600. And you can see there that they're forecasting low cloud until about 10 o'clock this morning. Odium, very similar to about 10 o'clock this morning, and then improving from then up to 3,000 feet or so, but yeah, fairly low currently. I think Top Meteo is starting to show the reality now of the probably slightly later clearance of this front. So 10 o'clock or so, it's still a fairly low cloud below sort of 2,000 feet. To 11 o'clock. Once we start getting past about lunchtime, it does start to dry out a bit, and we'll see cloud bases here are probably 3,500 to 4,000 feet above sea level. By the afternoon, maybe seeing 4,500 feet above sea level to maybe even 5,000 feet, but I think it's fairly mixed in our area. We're on sort of the edge of a good area. Out towards Wales and the West Country, it's a bit drier, and potentially even toward the north of us as well. We end up with a fair amount of cloud through a lot of the afternoon, and I think we can see that on the cloud amounts. But if we go through the day, you can see that late clearance of the front, and that it's just sort of intermixed with some sort of medium level cloud in there as well. Does brighten up in parts, but certainly for this area, I think there's probably going to be 5 or 6 states cloud for a fair amount of the day, at least at some level. So yeah, bear that in mind. But by the evening, it will dry out, although the usual caveat of just keeping an eye on windward coasts would apply, as some areas might get wiped out by sea breezes, but it won't completely affect Lasham because it's northwesterly. Your site forecast then for today, and yeah, you can see by the afternoon it really does start to pick up probably David's cold air advection comes into play, no doubt, with this sort of MS. And yeah, you can see we peak at around 5,000 feet or so above sea level later in the day, but it'll be a slow start and really only improving by lunchtime with the chance of some spread out or medium level cloud in there. Airspace wise, Keevil temporary danger area is active, so Keevil active all day today. Lots of paragliding NOTAMs. I won't go through them all. Western on the green may be active. Little Risington to the north of Bryce Norton, number 36, is active up to 10,000 feet all day. So that's number 36 on there. There is lots and lots of parachuting going on in the vicinity of Shobden, Creedon and Hereford. The people who like flying unmarked helicopters are probably up to something, I would guess. So yeah, military parachuting at Shobden all day today in Wales, or close to Wales or Shropshire. And yeah, Hereford, which is not in Wales. Yeah, but parts of the NOTAM will extend into Wales, no doubt. So again, all day. So if you're going into Herefordshire or the Wales area, please do check for NOTAMs. Gliding competition at Bidford, just south of Birmingham. Lots of paragliders, as I say, floating about. Just checking there's nothing else of note that we need to be aware of. But yeah, just lots of paragliders. Good. So yeah, Keevil, Little Risington, and the parachuting NOTAMs in Herefordshire and Wales being your main focus points of today. Operationally, even with the crosswind, we're going to operate 2-7. So standard setup. Yeah, just be aware of the crosswind. Please lay off to the right today. That would be nice. I don't think there'll be enough of you for a grid, if I'm honest. But we do have some jet movements today. It's been a bit quiet this week. We have a 737 going out at about 11:15 to Stansted. And we have a Navajo going at about 1 o'clock or so. So please don't park on the runway until after the jet movement, please, as it would just be nice to have a nice simple jet movement today. But if suddenly millions of you come out, then I will think about a grid. But for now, just assume that you're going on the runway unless you see otherwise. Good. Runway 27 in use then. I'm expecting this to clear through 10:30, 11 o'clock. So yeah, for those flying club gliders, start getting the kit out and then maybe go for another cup of tea. See you on the airfield. Bye.